Hey guys, Fat Buddy Cat here. Tonight, I'm going to be installing an emergency stop button on my custom Doodlebug. Alright, so what I have for you guys is an emergency stop button. The way this works, when it's twisted open, okay, that would be the run position. That's stop. Run, stop. Okay, this is a 3-wire, and most of these switches, like this bad boy right here, are 2 wires. Okay, it's pretty simple. What we have here is our live wire that goes back to our coil. We're going to be leaving this switch here just to have a backup. So the last thing holding this on is going to be the ground. Okay, that's where the other end goes. Well, it's going to be sort of the same thing on this switch. Now, if we were to run this switch as well and go for 3, all right, that might be excessive and defeat the purpose of this one. Then I believe we would wire that into the second live wire. Alright, so I might just wire this thing up. If it works the way I think it's going to, then we might just pull the wire right out of the harness and rock with it, guys. See what happens. Maybe we're going to test this out on something else because I ordered the wrong carb adapter. So, go figure. Next, I guess I'll be removing the ground, and while we're there, we're going to need one for this switch. So, we'll see what we have down here. Doesn't that look like fun? Alright, now that we're good and organized here, I pretty much have the tools I'm going to need. Alright. This is the bolt that's going to hold my ground. So I'm just going to come over here to this mess and I'm going to look for one that this bolt fits through. And I'm thinking it's going to be one of these blue ones because, well, that's the only one that's going to work. So, I'm going to go ahead and find a piece of black wire. And try to get one piece. Nope, that's a test light. That one might work. Break something off. Okay, so I have about a 2-foot piece. I cleaned off both ends, and I gave this one the old Krimpentowski. That was the Krimpentowski with the wire cutter by accident. Alright, for the next part, I found about another 2-foot section of wire. This time it was yellow. It already has the female end, and I have a male right there. Okay, so in order to attach this, I'm gonna have to get rid of this green connector. Okay, so I'll cut that one off. I'll make sure these 2 wires are clean on the end, and I'll crimp them inside of this connector and wrap it with some tape just like I did before. Alright, and before I bolt it to the motor, I gave it a custom vinyl wrap. Alright, before we go wiring anything in on this end, we might as well do the scary part and drill a hole in our nice new panel. And I'm going to want this right about here. Yeah, I like that. I'll try to center up a mark and be looking to drill a pilot hole. Make sure we cover our motor. A little cyborg meat that we're drilling through, guys. Alright, I got my hole marked. A bit for my pilot. And the size I'm going to need is just over 3/4 inch. Okay, so just about, well, no, I have to punch this step bit through. This will be all right. Thanks for flying on FBC Airlines. Okay, I have the harness unplugged. Like I said, this is really nice the way the switch is set up. And we're really close. Okay, so instead of hog reaming it out with the bit, we got our boy Frank D. Frankie D's real name, Francis Tremellis. Okay, he's back in town. And with the fresh sanding disc, I think we can work this pretty nice without making too much of a mess. Pinky Grindstone made a heck of an entrance. Quick sandpapes. Little of the wouldn't hurt. And just like that, guys, we have a nice factory looking hole. All right, and this is like precision or fit. All right, so the next part, this has like a rubber gasket that's going to be on top here, and the nut is going to come up from the bottom. I'll get it on there. It's easier to look at. Probably cooler too. Okay, here's our nice clean installation. Try to get you up under here. Nice. So that would be on, off, on, off. Alright guys, our next part is going to be routing our harness. Alright, for lack of better words. I went ahead and plugged in my red ends. I didn't do this crimp here. That was probably my father for some project he was working on. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap some of this Black Beauty vinyl over on this side so that it matches. When I route this, originally I was going to go up the frame rail the same way the hydraulic brake goes up the other side and then come up under here, but you know what? I have a OMB Warehouse Predator 212 Hemi side fill gas tank. Okay? So we don't have to get all up in there. Everything's going to be off to the side. We have a direct route right here. So I think I can make that look really, really clean. Alright, we're going to be using the yellow and the green right now. The yellow and the blue, alright, those are your hot wires, okay? And this one is our ground for the switch. Like I said, the blue one would be passive if we were going to another switch or some sort of a safety sensor. It'd be cool if had like a tether or something, you know. But what I'm noticing is we don't need a whole lot of length. So we're going to be cutting these pretty short. I'm going to go ahead, pull the harness off, and just give myself about 6 inches and snip it, wire it in. Alright, and I just went ahead and looped that blue wire up before I wrapped it up with that satin magic. Crimp, crimp, magic, magic. All the way. Okay, now I have this really nice looking harness. Alright, that's just our 2 crimps. And I ran this tape all the way up to the red clip, like I said, and then I ran it all the way back again. I touched up this end in here. Alright, so we have our direct ground, which is bolted on, and our feed to the switch. Okay, and there's our ground for our switch here. Next, we can go ahead and plug in our harness and tuck everything back into this stock wire retainer clip, I guess. This is just the old oil sensor. The oil sensor is removed, but that's just something I do for good luck when I build my motors. I could seal it up if I was going to go any further with it, but it's fine. Alright, I'm also going to be wrapping up this end, okay? Being careful I'm not putting too much tension on the end of my wires and pull them out of my harness. But basically, it just gives it a little bit more protection and blends it in up underneath our plate and above our tank. Alright, we'll just kind of prop the seat on it. Yeah, right about there. And get the idea of what we're going for. We kept the stock switch for a backup. And here is what we have. So it's on, that's off, on, off. Alright, we won't need one up here. We'll just get our throttle, our grips, our cable in there. Get the right adapter for our carburetor. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad at all. Okay, I'm pretty much set up for when my adapter gets here. Other projects are getting ready, because you know what it is. It's always a work in progress around here, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.